King of Castle Grayskull. This is the second mini comic. It's still, I know they're called mini comics. It's still in the form of a storybook. So it's a picture and then there's text underneath. I think there's going to be maybe one more like this, and then it'll actually be a comic going forward. I believe I do have this one as well in my personal collection. This is, of course, from Comixology. I also have, I forgot to show you this last time. I pulled this one out. This is actually a great, let me go back to my full screen for a second. Sorry, guys. This is a great book. They released this. It's available now. It's very thick, as you can see. And this has all of the mini comics in it. It's an absolutely must-have. Like, you need to have this. You can get it through digital, like how I'm showing it to you, but really, grab this. It's a pretty affordable. It's probably more affordable than buying the actual real mini comics, and it's bigger. Quality is fantastic. So I wanted to show you that in the last video, but I forgot. Anyway, let's go back. Let's go back to what we're looking at here. The King of Castle Grayskull. So let's take a look at what we've got. Great cover, man. Oh my goodness. This edition, that's from the hardcover there, it gives you little notes at the bottom, which is important. So He-Man here is approaching Castle Grayskull. There's Skeletor waiting for him, of course, looking for the two halves of the Power Sword, which were divided in the last issue. Here, Skeletor is conjuring up an image of Teela, and Teela is actually becomes the protector of Grayskull. So it's not the sorceress. Now, of course, later Teela is to be revealed as the sorceress's daughter, but here she is the protector. And they kind of recap the two halves of the sword. So the two halves of the sword, one half has been put to the highest peak, which is in Stratos's domain. Now, in the first one, we did see Stratos as part of the evil armies of Skeletor, but that is not the case here. He's sort of on his own. He doesn't have that gray look, and they have made figures of this. So this is your sort of mini comic Stratos. Stratos is just one of my coolest favorite characters. He just looks amazing. I love the figure of Stratos. I actually still have most of my childhood ones. They are pretty beat up. Stratos was given to me by one of my friends at the time, where I just desperately wanted Stratos, and he gave me his Stratos. So his name is Vic. Vic, if somehow you're watching this, I still have the Stratos you gave me when we were little kids, buddy. Thanks, man. All right, so Skeletor now has one half of the Power Sword. The other half is actually located where He-Man's base is. Remember, he punched out like a little living quarters for himself. Merman here attacks with his sword. A lot of the swords now shoot energy or something. Now, He-Man doesn't have his harness. His harness gives him his strength and also a force field. So Merman is able to nail him there. Skeletor does get the two halves, forms the full Power Sword, and is able to unlock the doorway into Castle Grayskull. Something weird here is in the body of the text, it says that Skeletor has disguised himself using clay and putting on his face. Now, that's not really shown here. He's just Skeletor. So I don't know. I'm not sure if that was written in after the fact as to why Teela is not just immediately fighting Skeletor. How is he disguised? Like, she just basically assumes that he's the rightful king of Grayskull and allows him passage. So it's a little weird. Anyway, as soon as he sits on the throne, he removes his disguise, his clay disguise, and does the controls on the throne and puts Teela into the dungeon. Now, this was a part of the play features of Castle Grayskull. One of the features was you could turn the throne and the little trapdoor would open. Pretty damn cool. Really taking me back here to some of the best times of my whole life, getting these He-Man toys and playing out scenarios and everything. Let me know in the comments if you played out any of these scenarios with your actual toys. I remember that ladder too. That was great. So Skeletor is now the ruler here, and it talks about how he has access to computers and technology that you wouldn't have had outside of Grayskull. Pretty cool. I love this fantasy mixed with technology. During this fight, Battle Cat is helping out. He-Man's able to get on his harness, which now gives him the force field protection. So Merman's pretty much done. He runs off. Skeletor through his IBM compatible. I don't think that's an IBM. I think it's an IBM compatible. He has his IBM compatible, and he can see on the screen. Wow, he doesn't. My IBM compatible was monochrome. It was like yellow and black or whatever. But interesting, he's able to. He's got full color. It's Castle Grayskull, so full color. Sees He-Man coming. He-Man gets into. He opens a drawbridge for him, traps him. Again, more controls on the throne, and shoots He-Man with some energy blasts here. He-Man is knocked out and thrown into the dungeon with Teela. They escape the dungeon because He-Man is still really strong. He literally rips the doors off. Then they're engaged in this really cool battle with these armored. They're not humans. It's just the armor. So it's just suits of armor that are attacking He-Man and Teela, and she's fighting. I want to point out at this point here too that Teela is a very major character here. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, there's not, the female representation wasn't there." And in some of these newer cartoons, they've had to, put Teela to the forefront as though she was never there. She was always there from the forefront. She's a great character, one of my favorites. I never had her as a kid because it was hard to find, which I always thought was disappointing. I know they say boys don't want the girl toys, but I really did want Teela and Evelyn, and I never had either as a kid. I did get them, of course, I'll have them now. But back then I really wanted a Teela. Great action here. Skeletor commanding these suits of armor. They're defeated, of course, and Skeletor takes off. He grabs. Remember, there's that gun at the top of the tower. He starts shooting at them, but they're just too good. Big, huge fight, scuffle. They fall over the side. They fall down, but He-Man's armor, of course, protects him with the force field. Battle Cat comes running in, screaming and howling, and then Skeletor takes off. Now, the spirit of Grayskull is separating the swords again and saying that they're going to put them in a different dimension, so it's going to be really difficult for Skeletor or anyone else really to find them. And one day, He-Man will be king, and he rides off, kind of a thing. And now this, there's actually a shirt of this. I believe there was a shirt of this when we were kids, and I found a place that can reprint these old shirts as though they were new. So I might actually have to get a shirt of this because it is just so damn cool. And that is it for that story. So as you can see, these mini comics quite different than what you got in your TV show, but they're kind of cool. I like this kind of continuity with He-Man just being this savage guy. There's no Prince Adam or any of that stuff. It's going to eventually evolve, as all things do. So we'll play this out one comic at a time, and we'll keep going with this as long as you guys like it. So please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and let me know that you like it, because then I know that I'm reaching people that want to see this kind of stuff. And I really recommend grabbing that hardcover book. It's not that expensive. It's available anywhere. Amazon has it. At least they have it from this morning when I double checked before I told you that they had it. So it's definitely available there. So make sure, unless everyone sees this video and then buys it and then it's sold out. But anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.